We are back in Tarneit for Winslow Constructions. I'll need to move some of this timber to make this a bit safer, but there's a beehive in this tree. Just coming and going from that little dead bit there. This tree is slated for removal, so it's all good. The thermal camera doesn't really work well in timber, but my suspicion is hive goes a little bit up the dead bit and has rotted down into the trunk. So let's play around, clean up the ground first and see what we've got. Okay, we've cleaned up this so we can actually work now. We've trimmed the two branches that were going to affect our ability to work safely, and we now have access to the hive. So now we'll slowly edge away at the tree until the hive's exposed, and then we'll go from there. So there's some pieces of the hive. They'll be the first pieces I frame up. I just had to put them aside while I was working. I've set up my table just to give the bees a chance to relax, and you'll see this is the hive. So it's a decent hive, goes around. And it goes a little bit up that. There's a lot of rotted timber in there, so there's a lot of places the queen can hide. But let's get working and see what we discover. There we go, we've cleaned up that stuff. It's given the bees time to jump on the comb. We'll still get the queen. The arborist has arrived, Northern Tree Solutions, so they've just got to clean up these fallen ones and this tree. Anyway, let's get this done. We've cleared out a lot of the twisty turny stuff that's almost unusable. From that whole section we only got 2 and a bit frames, but now we're getting into the sheets because the cavity is getting bigger. So yeah, it's a decent sized hive, it's not huge. Again, this was where it gets a little bit harder. We do have all the comb out, but the bees are going up a secondary cavity. There's no comb in there, but odds on that is where Queenie is. We've got this little chunk out here. When a tree has so many cavities in it, it is hard to get to the queen. As you can see, there's just heaps of little corridors she can run and get dark. So we're going to put the vacuum box on, start the generator up and start bee vacuuming the bees into the hive box, and fingers crossed we don't end up blind bee vacuuming the queen, because I would prefer to catch her in a queen clip, but let's see how we go. I've got the bee vac going off the generator. I gave the bees a smoke just to get them to start coming up out of the cavity. Fingers crossed a percentage didn't go deeper into the cavity here, but we'll see. I will give them another smoke trying to clear them out, because a lot of the bees are coming onto the outside. So it's still a matter of catching the queen, but it's more likely once we get a critical mass on the outside, she'll come and join them. We've bee-vacked most of the, oh well, not most, but a fair number of the bees here. But we have bees coming up out of here as well, and out of there. So yes, there's a lot, basically the whole thing's just hollow, and queen is still somewhere inside this thing. So we're going, it's got to be cut down anyway, so I'm going to cut this limb and try to catch the queen. Fun. So inside you can see it's nicely rotted, and yeah, the bees have just kept climbing. Fun, still chasing queen. Bevac'd most of the bees, but queen is still in this cavity that I'm going to have to expose further. The tree is full of termites. Where are we? There we go, full of termites. All through it, but that's all good. It was going anyway. But yeah, I'm going to have to just expose this cavity just so I can get to the queen. There we go. So just so you can see how many little tunnels and cavities there are. She's in here somewhere, or she's in this piece, or if the worst has happened, the chainsaw got her when I did this cut, but it was worth the risk because there's still enough bees in here to restart a hive somewhere, and so I need to get them out. There we go, that's the next cut. Slowly getting more of the cavities. There is a risk we'll hit the queen, but I can make them make a new queen, but I don't want them to make a new hive. So it's the other half. Alright, we'll bevac these ones and then keep going. And that's what's left of the tree until the arborists get here. There's a little bit of honey, that's robber bees. We bevac'd the queen. Just by the time we got to her, there was no way I was stopping to take a video in case she went back into another little cavity. So she's in there, but not the way we wanted her in there, but it's all good. So all done. A little bit more difficult than expected, just due to how many cavities and tunnels and everything there were in that tree, but such is life.